Welcome back, everyone. We are jumping straight into another explainer today, and we've got a truly fantastic cosmic adventure to unpack. We're heading right into the nighttime sky with our three young explorers, Nova, Cosmo, and Puffy. Picture this. They're sitting together on a grassy hill on a perfectly clear night, just gazing up at the stars. Nova points out the moon, but Puffy realizes something is kind of strange about it.
Puffy actually makes a brilliant observation here. He points out that just last week, the moon was perfectly round. Yesterday, it looked like it was sliced right in half. But tonight, it looks exactly like a little glowing banana. It's a hilarious way to put it, but it brings us to the absolutely crucial question of today's explainer. Why does the moon keep changing shape? I mean, it's a mystery that has quite literally sparked human curiosity for thousands of years.
Okay, let's dive right into this. Section 1, the changing moon mystery. So, right as our explorers are pondering this massive puzzle, sparkling starlight fills the air and their magical guide, Stella, appears. She instantly activates a space adventure portal for them. But before they jump in, Puffy blurts out a very creative, if slightly ridiculous guess. He thinks something up there is eating the moon every single month, and then it just slowly grows back. Of course, Cosmo, being our resident science enthusiast, immediately steps in with a firm reality check. He lets Puffy know that celestial bodies simply do not work that way. And through the portal they go. The team zooms deep into space, watching the blue glow of Earth shrink beneath them as they pull right up next to the moon. Seeing it up close like this, Puffy hilariously notes that it looks bigger than his pillow. While Cosmo has the exact data ready to go, the moon is actually nearly 3,500 kilometers across. To put that into perspective, it's a massive floating rock, and for sure way, way bigger than a pillow. Moving on to Section 2, a giant cosmic mirror. To figure out why this giant 3,500-kilometer rock seems to change shape, Stella asks Nova a really foundational question. Does the moon make its own light? Nova guesses yes, right? I mean, it glows so brightly in the night sky. But Cosmo jumps in with the scientific correction. Actually, scratch that. The moon doesn't make its own light at all. It reflects sunlight. Nova suddenly realizes this means the moon acts just like a giant cosmic mirror. All that beautiful silvery glow we see at night is literally just the sun's rays bouncing off the lunar surface. To really drive this home, Stella creates a glowing model of the sun, earth, and moon right there in space. She drops a pretty mind-blowing fact, saying half of the moon is always lit by sunlight. Nova is totally shocked by this and asks, "Always?" And Stella confirms, "Always." But, this prompts Puffy to ask the natural next question. Well, if half of the moon is always lit up, why can't we always see that whole illuminated half from Earth? Which brings us to Section 3, meeting the moon phases. Stella explains that as the moon slowly travels in its orbit around the Earth, our viewing angle constantly changes. The amount of the sunlit side we can actually see shifts from day to day, meaning the moon itself isn't changing shape at all. Let's walk through this timeline. We start at day 1 with the new moon, where the bright side faces totally away from us, what Puffy brilliantly calls invisible moon mode. As it moves, a tiny sliver appears, which is the waxing crescent, or moon banana. By day 7, we hit the first quarter, looking cut in half. It keeps growing until day 15's full moon, the maximum moon. Then it shrinks back to the last quarter, down to a tiny waning banana, and the whole cycle repeats about every 29.5 days. As Puffy rightly observes, that is a whole lot of bananas. Now, what's really interesting to explore is Section 4, the moon's secret face. This whole cycle brings up Nova's second big mystery. If the moon is a giant sphere spinning out there in space, why do we always see the exact same features on it? Shouldn't we see all the sides? Stella explains that normally, yes, if a sphere is spinning, we'd see everything, but the moon spins on its axis at the exact same speed that it orbits Earth. Cosmo gives us the scientific term for this perfectly synchronized cosmic dance, tidal locking. Because its spin perfectly matches its orbit, one side is permanently facing the Earth, hiding its secret face from us forever. Puffy, trying to process all of this, has a very funny thought. He goes, "Wait, the moon has a hidden face? Maybe it's wearing sunglasses." Cosmo, ever the literal scientist, quickly shuts that down. "No, it is not wearing sunglasses." When Puffy demands to know how Cosmo can be so sure, Cosmo points out that astronauts and spacecraft have actually flown around to the dark side of the moon and photographed the whole thing. Puffy, still totally holding on to his theory, simply mumbles, "Maybe it took them off before the photo." Let's jump into Section 5, Make your own moon. Now, you don't just have to take our explorer's word for it. You can literally recreate the lunar cycle in your own home. It's super simple and absolutely crucial for locking down how this works. All you need is a flashlight, a small white ball, and a dark room. Step 1. Hold the ball out at arm's length. Step 2. Have someone shine the flashlight on the ball from one side. That flashlight is the sun and your ball is the moon. Step 3. Just slowly turn your body in a circle, keeping the ball right in front of you. Step 4. Observe. As you turn, you will see the exact same phases, the crescents, the quarters, the full moon, play out right there in your hands. Like Nova says, you just made your very own moon phases.
Before we wrap up the adventure, Cosmo drops one more amazing fact on the team. He points out a crazy difference between Earth and the moon. Down here on Earth, footprints wash away super quickly because of wind, rain, and weather. But on the moon, because there's no atmosphere, no wind, and zero rain, the exact same footprints left by astronauts decades ago may remain perfectly intact for millions of years. It's like a time capsule up there. Puffy's ultimate takeaway from this profound scientific fact? Finally, a place where I don't have to do chores.
Let's move to section 6 and see how this all builds together. Mission complete. So, the crucial point is consolidating what our young explorers discovered on this adventure with a quick mission checklist. First, the moon does not make its own light. It's a giant mirror reflecting sunlight. Second, the moon never actually changes shape. The phases happen simply because we see different angles of its lit side as it orbits our planet. Third, we always see the exact same side because the moon is tidally locked to Earth's orbit. And finally, one full cycle of these beautiful phases takes about 29.5 days. But you know, as Stella says, every mystery solved just reveals another mystery waiting to be explored. Nova looks up past the moon, deep into the cosmos, and poses a brand new curiosity challenge for us. What about the stars? Why do they look like tiny dots in the sky? Puffy immediately guesses that they are just baby stars or maybe tiny stars, which Cosmo, of course, quickly rejects. But to find out the real, surprising truth about those giant lights in the sky, you're going to have to join us for our next explainer. Until then, keep looking up.